Welcome back. My name is Lacey, and in today's video, I'm going to be taking you along with me through 2 days of cleaning my entire house. So let's get to it. So my first project for the day was just getting the bed made because I don't know what it is, but I feel if the bed is made, then I can handle anything that comes my way that day, and it just makes the whole house feel that much cleaner right away. All right, for some reason, I always like to start with the kitchen. And this wasn't that awful. I mean, it absolutely will feel so much better when it's done because everything's laying out. And does anybody else's kids leave everything anywhere? This garbage always seems to be a place for Emmett's things. So what's going on here is we boil our water to pour into these 5 gallon jugs to drink. So we used to buy 1 gallon waters from the commissary and pour them into these, but it just was expensive, first of all, and it seemed unnecessary when we can just boil the water to make it drinking water. I should invest in some sort of filter system, but we're leaving Japan in 4 months, so that seems pointless. So we will just continue to boil the waters until we leave here. And while I was filling those jugs, I was just putting away other dishes and filling our ice cube trays and getting those ready to go. And once the waters boil, I let them cool down and pour them in once they're completely cool. Otherwise, it just steams up the whole 5 gallon jug. Now it was time to do lunch dishes, but I had to refill our dish soap dispenser first and then get started. And then about halfway through, you'll see me throwing everything from the left sink to the right sink because Emmett, he does this thing where he just really wants a chair pulled up so he can stand and play in the water. So I figured there was no harm in that and pulled a chair up for him to be my little sidekick. Then I decided it was time to wipe off the counters, and then I got sucked into a little rabbit hole of moving everything around on the counters and dusting underneath them, including this knife block. It was really nasty. I honestly don't know when I dusted this last, which is terribly disgusting, but I'm only human, so here I am. And then I realized that the utensil holder was kind of dirty as well, so I really need to get better about attention to detail in these departments and clean around the entire kitchen more often. So now I was emptying the dishwasher. This was a little bit later that day. I believe I had done lunch dishes, so this was after snack time. And I didn't want to hand wash supper dishes, so I just wanted to unload the dishwasher quick before I made supper. And Emmett's super helpful there. Once the dishwasher was done, he wanted that door closed immediately. He gets super tempted to climb up on the dishwasher to help whatever is going on the counter. I just needed to tidy up this area a little bit. For some reason, I get super overwhelmed when the entryway has shoes all over the place. I like to leave this little basket here because it's got some stacking blocks that go into a car, and it usually distracts Emmett to play with that instead of taking the shoes off of the shelves. Now it's time to clean up the dining room, but before I get started with that, I just wanted to hurry up and make this little art project that Emmett and I were going to do later that day before I cleaned up, just so I only had one big mess to clean up at one time. So this is our arts and crafts closet, and I don't know how this happened. It's gonna have to be its own cleaning and organizing video, but it has turned into a whole mess. So for most seasons, we have seasonal books for Emmett, and for some reason, I don't like to keep them with the everyday books, and they always end up staying in this little basket in the dining room. So next it was time to fold our mountain of laundry, and I'm not sure if I'm alone on this or not, but every single time I fold clothes, I think I put the item of clothing in the same pile in the same spot on the bed. I don't know if I'm the only person who does this or not, or if I'm completely alone, so let me know what you do. Now it's time to put all of the clothes away that I folded earlier. I am really bad at leaving these clothes until bedtime, so I'll fold them right away in the morning and then we will go to bed that night and there'll still be a bunch of clothes on the bed. So today I was really proud of myself for putting all of the clothes away early. So a couple weeks ago, I cleaned and organized Emmett's closet a little bit, and I'm actually very proud that it has stayed reasonably organized. The only thing I've added since then is I put his puzzles in the middle here, so they're easily accessible when he wants to play. And if you haven't checked out that video, please go check it out. Next, it's time to move on to Emmett's playroom. This room pretty much only gets the balls, the barn animals, these books up from this shelf, and the kitchen toys. So, I don't know, it always ends up scattered all over the place, but it's one of Emmett's favorite rooms, even though it started as a toy overflow room, but for some reason it ended up becoming a weird little half playroom. All right, it is the next day. I did not get everything done yesterday, so here we are moving on. So I just wanted to refill this all-purpose cleaner right away before I clean the toilets, which is what I'm going to do first today. Now I am just going to wipe off the vanity and this little shelf over here because I don't know where the dust comes from. I feel like I just cleaned this bathroom about 2 weeks ago, maybe it was longer, but I think it was 2 weeks. Anyway, I don't know where the dust comes from. On the floor in front of the toilet, we just have this little caddy that is set up for Emmett's potty training stuff. So we're definitely trying potty training. It is definitely not going as great as it could be, but we're working on it. So these are just little whiteboard markers that I put in here because I saw this hack that you can use these markers on the inside of the toilet seat to keep your child entertained when they're sitting on the potty. Also, how cute is this toothbrush holder? And then I had decided that I needed to restock these feminine products because in a house with two females, you just always need this restocked. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing in our master bathroom. Now I'm just organizing our shower a little bit. The two shampoo and conditioners in the front are almost empty, but they're not empty enough to take out, so we're just kind of waiting it out and using them up. Now that that three drawer organizer is out of the way, you can see that I used contact paper as a faux backsplash in this bathroom just to give it a little bit of an update. This magnifying mirror always gives me a run for my money. I don't know how hairspray gets all over it, but if you have any tips or tricks on how to get hairspray off of a mirror, please let me know. Now that Emmett was awake for the day, he loves to vacuum. So he loves to run around while you vacuum for some reason. And so we were just doing the living room here before we moved on to the rest of the house. So, is there anyone else out there who still has a vacuum that plugs into the wall? Because I really want a cordless vacuum because everyone else has one, and honestly, they just look super convenient because I can't imagine having to vacuum without the cord. So here I was trying to get a cool little shot of vacuum lines and make it look super cool, but then you can't even see the vacuum lines, and then Emmett's cute little trot in here, I can't even. Here's those vacuum lines I was trying to get. Okay, Emmett just kept throwing this pillow down while I was trying to vacuum, and I tried to be a gentle mother, but it just didn't happen, so I had to throw the pillow up on the bed. Now it was time to dust my dresser. This dresser has been dusty far too long. I don't think I've dusted since right after Christmas, and it has needed a little TLC for a couple weeks now. I won't even lie to you. There was a spider web on this side of the TV, and I'm pretty proud at how I kept my cool. So, I could lie to you and tell you that this was a result of our entire day at home. However, this took him about 20 minutes. So, Rachel took Emmett to give him a bath, and I saw an opportunity of a half hour of uninterrupted cleaning. So, here we go. All I could think about when I went to clean up the entryway this night was the day before this when I cleaned up the entryway and said it overwhelmed me when there were just shoes in the entryway that scattered all over that overwhelmed me. Now it was time to clean up the living room, which it actually wasn't that bad. It looks a lot worse than it is, but once you get the pillows off of the floor as well as the crib mattress and that slide out of the way, there really isn't much for toys that is scattered around, and it's not that intimidating. Over here, I was just doing some toy Tetris to make sure the toys fit into these little bins instead of looking like they were exploding. So behind the couch, I have this basket of blankets, but Emmett likes to look at the picture frame behind the couch, but to get to the picture frame, he has to push this basket out of the way, which usually ends up resulting in toppled over blankets. Alright, and that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me cleaning my entire house. I hope it inspired you or motivated you to clean your own home, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!